Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees for Springfield Township. And as usual, we begin our meeting with a pledge of allegiance. Would you join with me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mrs. Price, please call the roll.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
I'm here.
Mr. DeLauro?
Here.
We have a presentation by our Chief of Police to begin the meeting. As you know, last week was Earth Day. That is the celebration of care for the earth that we all enjoy. And as a part of Earth Day, I know many people were out picking up trash, doing things to improve the place. And the suggestion was made that an effort be directed to the properties just to the north of us in the Sawyerwood area of the township. And our chief organized a group of concerned citizens to lean into cleanup of properties, specifically properties that the township owns, and encourage other people in that particular neighborhood to clean up their property. Chief, do you want to give us some explanation? I think we have the benefit of some photographs that you did.
Ted, dim the lights there, Ted. On that.
We created a group of folks that started this initiative several months. We call it the Coalition, Sawyerwood Coalition, to create basically a better community over there in Sawyerwood. So we've been having monthly meetings. We meet the first Saturday of the month at the Sawyerwood United Methodist Church. So our group decided that we would do a cleanup day in Sawyerwood. We would target those worst properties over there for Earth Day. So last Saturday, a group met over there and we started. We met at the Sawyerwood United Methodist Church at 9 in the morning on Saturday. Republic Services actually donated 3 40-yard dumpsters, and we filled all 3 of them over there on Saturday. So when folks showed up Saturday morning, they met with these 3 and they registered. When they registered, they got, everybody did a waiver form. We gave everybody gloves. We gave them each a reflective vest, some other tools they could use to pick up trash and garbage in the community. So they got through there, then they went over to, gave them some directions. Walmart donated refreshments for the folks in the morning, so when they showed up to register, they had refreshments and coffee. We separated all the groups into teams, and we targeted several areas over there. We targeted Margaret Road, Tritt Avenue, then we did Margaret Road Extension, Seneca Trail, and Utica Avenue, and we did Mohawk Trail and another Seneca Avenue area site that we felt needed to be cleaned up. So we created team leaders for each one of those teams. They met with their teams and they headed out to those areas to clean up. Just show some of the volunteers that showed up that morning.
And you had 45?
Yeah, we had approximately 45 folks show up for the cleanup day that morning. So I broke this presentation into these certain areas. Seneca Trail and Mohawk Trail team, they did 2 lots. One of the things that we did, we were concerned about hazardous material, whether it's needles or things, so we placed these white containers throughout the neighborhood, and anybody that found hazardous materials, we put them in there, and then the Springfield Township Fire Department will dispose of those properly for us. A gentleman showed up with this skid steer, this Bobcat. It was tremendous help, volunteered his time and his equipment to help clean up some of these properties that we targeted as the worst properties over there. This is just showing some trash in one of the dumpsters. This group here did a great job cleaning up this property. And then I'm going to show you when we get done. This is after they removed the brush, the trash from this Seneca Road site. They did a great job. So it's all cleaned up. Our goal is to We're going to plant grass on these sites. The township is going to offer a program for anybody that's interested. I call it Adopt a Lot program, where residents can assume one of these properties. Once we get the grass planted on there and it's level, then they'll have an opportunity to maintain that property. And if anybody's interested in that program, they can come to the township and we'll give them an application for one of these lots to maintain for the summer. The Seneca Trail Utica team, this was one of the worst properties over there, and it was quite a large property. The team spent the day over there getting rid of a lot of small trees, a lot of overgrown brush, tires, trash. They did a great job. Mr. Young brought his chainsaw and cut up a lot of the fallen trees and down trees that were laying over there in that property. This is the property after they finished. So now it's a lot that we can plant grass and mow to really clean up that community over there. The Tritt Avenue team, same thing. This was a small lot, but one of the worst. You can see the amount of trash they pulled off of this small parcel of property at Sawyerwood on Tritt Avenue. Springfield Service Department guys were great. They worked all day helping us. And what the plan was is that the teams pulled branches, trash, debris from the lot. They put it on the side of the road, and then our road department guys picked it up and put it in the dumpsters. This is a small pit bull that Kelly adopted for the day that one of the volunteers brought with him. There's an old abandoned hot tub that they even picked up and removed from one of the vacant properties over there.
It's in the back now.
This is one of our firefighters who brought his chainsaw. Danny Chapman helped us on the Tritt Road lot. So this was the lot after they finished. Really an improvement now. Like I said earlier, we'll plant grass on that lot and then offer somebody an opportunity to adopt it and maintain it. The Margaret Road team, this was the largest lot and actually had the most trash than the others. This fence line was full of trash when they started. They cleaned up all the trash from that fence line. Several tires. Mr. Weinsheimer thought we probably collected over 100 tires over there on Saturday. This lot also had some abandoned mattresses that they cleaned up on Saturday. Some of the tires that they pulled from that property. So this area here on the left was covered in trash. On Friday, Saturday, it's all gone. And now this is that property now. There's a huge improvement. Some of the crew that helped, that was still there at the end of the day. And I do want to recognize a lot of the people, Springfield Lakeport Chamber, they sent a group up there. They handled the Seneca Road lot. We had several volunteers. Again, Republic Service, they brought the 3 40-yard dumpsters and they placed them right where we wanted them. That made it easy for us to load. The Sawyerwood United Methodist Church, they opened up their church for us the first Saturday of the month for our meetings. And they opened up the church for that day also, and they were very accommodating to our group. Walmart supplied everything we asked from them, from refreshments, they supplied grabbers, they supplied gloves, they supplied trash bags. Couldn't have been more supportive. Home Depot supplied 40 of the orange 5-gallon buckets for people to put trash in. Road department was a tremendous help. Fire department got rid of all the hazardous materials for us. And we even had some police officers over there helping out for the day. Mr. Young?
It might be nice if we have the names of all the 45.
We do have all their names.
That we would express our thanks to everyone on our website.
Okay.
I don't have a list of them, or, we want to, I know express gratitude to everybody on that date, but it's a good idea that people know that all of these people contributed time and effort.
And it was nice. Like I said, Walmart provided us with whatever we asked for. So we had coffee and refreshments in the morning, and then the Board of Trustees provided lunch for pizza for all the volunteers that stuck around after lunch, afternoon. So,
Okay, thank you. We know there were efforts in other parts of the township, but we wanted to give focus on one of the efforts because there are quite a few people living in that area that have pride in an area that really has a history.
Thank you, Chief, for organizing that event.
absolutely, you're welcome.
Shall we move into some items of business? Our agenda this evening is somewhat short, so I'm going to jump into it and handle it. I move to dispense with readings of the minutes of the meetings to date and approve those minutes.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
I move to approve payment of bills and payroll as prepared by the fiscal officer, subject to audit.
I would second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
We had been given us a brief list of some adjustments to the appropriations that need to be approved in order to make sure we continue to pay bills. So I'm going to move to approve the reallocation of appropriation of funds per the attached Exhibit A, documenting expenditures. Let me see. Any question from the board on these items?
None for me.
Okay, I move the adoption. It's allocation of approximately, let's see, $11,000 in order to, or $12,000. It takes some funding from one account to another in order to cover the bills identified, which include gas payments, the election expenses, and that's for this election, isn't it?
I believe it would be, yes.
Yeah, and tax collection fees. I move the adoption of that motion.
Second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
Next, I move to approve the attached update to section 600.08A, leave donation program, which happens to be in the personnel policy manual, to make it effective April 28, 2022.
Second?
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
The mention of expenditure for the election day expenditures brings us to mind that the township has a tax levy for our police department, which is on the ballot. Chief, do you want to say, we've said a few things about it in the past. We need to support the good efforts of the Springfield Township Police. I think that you happen to take a picture of the Board of Trustees standing unanimously in support of this levy. We feel that it is necessary. I know that you run the department as carefully as you can to provide the service that the people in Springfield deserve. And so the three of us stand together to urge the voters in Springfield to support the Springfield Police and the levy that's on the ballot.
You have a really good crew of officers out here. When I started here 2 years ago, great core police officers. They do a great job for this community. They sacrifice for this community. We want to create a career path so we have growth for these officers. Right now, it's difficult across the country where you see departments are struggling with retaining and hiring new officers. We have to create a culture here that people want to come to Springfield, and we're doing that, and we're making a lot of progress. We're building a great department here off the core that Chief Hoover had established before I got here. Great people. The one thing that we are lacking is we need a few more officers on the road. Currently, right now, we're running 3 police officers on a shift. And for those that aren't aware, our jurisdiction starts at Arlington Road. We have Walmart and some hotels that create a significant amount of activity for our officers. We stretch all the way to Ellet on Margaret Road. It's a lot of area for our officers to cover. Our goal has always been to get a sergeant and 3 patrol officers. It's adequate staffing for our department. We have 1 detective that is overworked right now with all the felony cases that he's dealing with. Crime is going up. It's going up across the country. Springfield Township is feeling the pains of those crimes that are increasing, especially property crimes. We deal with a lot of catalytic converter thefts, those kind of issues. The hotels generate a significant amount of activity for our officers. So we just need to show these guys that we care about them, we're here for them, we're going to support them, and give them a little bit more staffing. The way the levy is, we are only asking for enough money to do that. We're trying to be good stewards of the money that the citizens have given us. We've done a lot of things, cost-saving approaches for this community to show that we're good stewards. One example is our body cams, which the officers have to have now. It is extremely expensive. They're at $1,000 a piece. Well, with 16 full-time officers, 4 part-time officers, it's quite expensive. So we found them on a government auction site, and we actually got 15 of them for $1,400. So we're doing cost-saving things. The furniture in our department was really in bad shape. We found furniture on a government auction site, which really cost us very little, so that they have nice furniture, they have a good working environment with nice furniture to come to work at, to see every day in their offices. The other things that we've done, we have a K-9 program. The K-9 program is funded with donations. These are things that the citizens can enjoy and have the privilege of using, and is a great tool for our community that doesn't come out of my budget. Along with us, we need to add a couple more officers to cover the road. Everything is costing more now, and we're feeling the pains of that in our department. So we really hope that the community sees that we're trying to provide a good service for them, and that they'll support us on May 3rd at this levy.
And our officers ran over 13,000 calls last year. That's a lot of calls for our little township.
For our small police department, she's right, 13,000 calls and over 1,200 police reports. The officers also volunteer their time for events that we do throughout the year. We just did an Easter egg hunt at the high school. The officers don't get paid for that. We do events during the Halloween season in October. They don't get paid for. We do Shop with the Cop program every year that they volunteer their time. So the officers really are committed to the community, and then they do show it every day, and along with these times that they volunteer. The officers that helped on Saturday, they didn't get paid for that. They volunteer their time for those things.
Our officers are vested in the community.
Yes.
You know, there have been at times an argument to be said that, oh, we provide the service in some other way. And I think that having a local police department that learns to know the people in the community, it has proven to be the best. So we need to provide adequate funding for our police. So we urge people to support the levy. We have a Tuesday of next week is election day. So if you haven't already voted, you can vote early by going to the Board of Elections on Exchange Street. No, it's
Grant Street.
Grant Street, that's it. And otherwise, to the polls here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything else? We decided that we're gonna set it over a week, or to another, and I'll explain. Okay. I think, is there anything else to be said? We're, if there are no other announcements, I do have one announcement. There's been a lot of requests by citizens that are affected to, we get the question of when is the zoning board considering the matter of a proposal by Amazon? We received notification here within the last couple of days that at this point, they're not proceeding with the project. That's not to say that it may not be resurrected at some point, but within the near future, that issue will not be in front of the zoning board. So the fact that you don't receive notice is not an indication that something is going forward. I think we received an official word here within the last 2 days.
Yeah, I believe it was, Friday?
And it seems like that
I was thinking it was Friday
Friday
last
or
week.
Monday
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, but either way, yeah.
that they are thoroughly involved in proceeding on a project in Stark County, and therefore, at this juncture, they're not prepared to go forward here. If that changes, we will make an announcement. Anything else? Okay, if not, no, we're gonna hold off on that until another meeting.
No, I mean, does anyone have any questions?
We allow people to talk?
Yeah, and
Oh,
all those
okay.
that took time to come down here and see us.
Is there anybody here that wishes to address us on some issue?
No, usually everyone comes just to see me. You'll be the first. All right.
Okay, good.
I just want to thank the trustees, the road department, the police department, absolutely great and sorry for what they've done. That was my first time ever doing it. This is my second time being at a meeting, and I've been here for 70 years.
Okay.
It was really great. I enjoyed it, and I'll be at the next one.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, we're glad you came down here to see us.
And I'd say we were enthusiastic how many people turned out. And it really is an indication that people have pride in the neighborhood. And it's, I think, will be a growing thing.
I hope so.
If there is no other,
I have one thing what everyone's been waiting for.
that's
The
right.
weekly lineup on Spectrum, channel 1023. I gotta put my, don't get old, you gotta wear these glasses, So Spectrum, channel 1023 serves the communities of Springfield and Lakemore. It is our community channel. People can tune into the community channel 1023 and find the days and times programs run, or you can visit the beautiful and informative website at www.springfieldtownship.us. New this week, they're showing the Springfield High School Band Concert, Music, the Sound of My Heart, which was held in March. Coming attractions will be some past history nuggets of Springfield Township and Lakemore. If you know of any activity or event in the area, please, that you would like to see on Spectrum Channel 1023, please contact your local government officials and let us know. It's your community channel, so let us know how it can best serve you. Okay. Currently, the Springfield High School Band Concert, Music, Sound of My Heart. Springfield Township Trustees meeting from 3/24. Springfield Senior Class Auction from 2022. Portage Lakes Career Center Board of Education meeting on 3/17. And the Lakemore Council meeting on 4/18. Are the current programs running on channel 1023.
Okay.
I get paid every time I say that, that's why. I'm kidding.
Okay, is there anything else from anyone in attendance? If not, I've been asked by our administrator to add an item, and accordingly, I add an executive session to consider some personnel matters. I move that we go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the possible appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, and/or compensation of a public employee, and such discussion to include the members of the Board of Trustees.
As well as our police chief.
Oh, okay, we're inviting him in?
Yep.
Okay.
I would second.
Roll call, Mrs. Chapman?
Yes.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. DeLauro?
Yes.
I expect
Do we-
no motions to follow.
Okay,
Okay.
you're all dismissed.
Thank you all for attending.
Carolyn wants to speak with us for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It was great to see the full house today. I appreciate everyone coming down.